Yeah, I talked to you about the prescriptions. I just had to get my prescription renewed. Where I'm at in Florida, it's every 7 months you have to get a prescription. The card for the state, you have to pay the state then too. That's good for a year. Just don't make no sense. Um, I guess it does for the doctors. They get more money than the state, I guess. Anyway, I seen something, an email I got from my one of my dispensaries saying they were having free medical exams, free medical prescription cards. Um, Normally it's like $180, 190, $200 your first time, and then when you renew, you don't even have to go there. You can call them up as long as you stay with the same doctor. You can just call them up and renew it. A lot of them have Groupons, but where I've been going, they have Groupon usually for like $70, $80 they put out there. So I call them up and tell them instead of buying the Groupon. They say, okay, they honor the Groupon price because they're getting more money. Groupon takes like, I know when I did a Groupon deal a long time ago, they take like 50%, 40 or 60%, 50%, right in there. So anyway, by offering them the full Groupon money, of course they're going to take it. So that way I didn't have to deal with the Groupon. So, but if I want the flour, they charge an additional $30. Well, so anyway, I got this email saying about from one of the dispensaries, the dispensary I mainly go to, saying they were having free medical evaluations for medical marijuana card prescription. You still have to pay the state though, or renewals or whatever. 2 days later, received an email from where I go. It's time for me to renew, and they send that out a month, 30 days before the prescription expires. So I called them up and asked them about their Groupon. I said, "You go, will you include the flour at that price?" They said no. They said, and that's the gimmick. That's with these places. They don't, they advertise this price, but they don't include the flour what everybody wants or most people want. So they get you to pay more. So I called this place, called the dispensary, found out where this was going to be at some hotel. Um, I called this doctor's office that's having a special, and the reason they do it for free is because then they get you in the renewal. It adds to their renewal patient, and they only give it to you for 4 months, though, not the full 7 months. So mine was up for renewal anyway, but do I want to switch? That was my question. They said, and if you want more, if you want a lot more than what the you can normally have, we'll give it to you. It's $30 more. And my doctor, where I was going, said if I need more than what the state allows me to, they can run an exemption. But my doctor says they won't do it unless you're terminal. And this other doctor will do it depending what, you got to have documented things wrong with you. But I'm not even close to the limit. But if I ever do, it's nice to know. So I thought, you know what? I talked to the guy. I said, "Look, they have these Groupons out, and it's this much." The guy goes, "Yeah, but then they also add $30 too for the flour." He said, "Ours is this much money, like $110 or $120 with the flour, and that's it." He said, "But I'll tell you what, I'll mark if you come over to us. I'll mark on your profile you get the renewal for $100 flat out." So it beats the other place with their Groupon by $10. And if I ever want unlimited, I just give them $30 more. The first time it's $60, and then after that, it's $30. So I did that, and you should have seen the process. I mean, this place was packed. Go in the lobby, right in the lobby. It wasn't the Westin, but one of the all things of the Westin hotels. So it was a nice hotel. It was a one of the hipster ones. If you're old like me, you wouldn't probably wouldn't care for it. I didn't really think there was a front desk. Maybe there was. Um, it's all open, zigzagged around. It was to me it was a nightmare, but for you hipsters, I'm sure you all would like it. I forget what it was called. Oh, the Loft or a Loft or something like that. I guess Marriott bought the Westins now, and I don't know. So anyway, and years ago when I traveled with bands, I stayed at something in Texas called the W. I think it was in Houston. It could have been in Dallas. But the nicest hotel. I always stay at nice hotels when I travel with the bands. And nicest hotel I ever been, and the nicest bed. I don't remember much about the hotel. I was that tired. We were all everybody in the crew and band was tired. We all have our own room, and that hotel we all just cried, went to bed. But that bed was the most comfortable bed I ever been in. Four seasons. Um, if it's a Four Seasons hotel, and here's my puppy acting up, she's telling me she wants to go to bed. But anyway, if you want to know why somewhat what really helps me smoke, one of the reasons, I just did a walking video. Last one I did was about 2 weeks ago, and then I wasn't feeling well for a week or so. And about 30 minutes into my walking video, you can see I had to sit down quite a bit of times because my leg, foot, and rear end were hurt me. I only have to sit down for a couple minutes and I'm okay. And I had it up close to an hour I could walk. 30 minutes I'll take because when I started walking, I could only do it for like 5 minutes. And it don't take long to get better, but you're helping your body get better. You're helping the blood flow. It's a problem with the blood flow. That's why there's pain and lots of it. But anyway, I did the video. The video was about an hour long, but I had to sit down like after 30 minutes. I had probably sat down like four, five, 6 times, probably five, 6 times. Um, just for sometimes only 2, 3 minutes because it's hard for me to find a place. That mall, man, it was packed. I couldn't believe it. I'm thinking for the past 2 years, I'm thinking this economy is going down. A lot of people out of work. Um, by the shopping mall today, you cannot tell it. That place was packed. Where the hell do these people get their money? I mean, really. I just read it. I just heard Dollar General or Family Dollar. Their CEO said their average salary for their customer right now has increased dramatically. Their average customer salary is $100,000 now. The dollar store. They know where, so you can't tell me we ain't in a mess. What is these people doing? Just charging everything up yet instead of paying everything off? I mean, that's scary, man. I mean, I owe a lot, but I ain't got out there charging shit up. Lawnmower, the mower deck's ready to blow apart. I gotta get another riding mower, and that's gonna be a used one's gonna be $2,000, $3,000, and I'm not looking forward to that bill. It just puts me $2,000, $3,000 worth back. But anyway, with this medical marijuana thing, before I get too far off track, this hit me pretty good because I haven't smoked Since I got sick, this is my third time smoking, and 2 or 3 nights ago was the second. So this hit me pretty good. Again, I try and stand this up. I have it plugged in. Maybe I should get a dummy USB plug because then I can put it in my holder here. My holder's I have my phone wire on it. My holder's a giant paper clip, and I put it on the top of here with my phone plugged in. But my phone don't take long to charge. It's at 100% already. My phone, I just have it holding the cable basically for right now. I found this clip and didn't know what to do with it, so I put it in this desk has like a pull out, slide out arm. I call them armrests. Guess they're writing notes on or something. I'm looking for a USB hole because I got the asshole right here talking to you. Nice thing about this, I have the cord inside here. But even with the cord inside, I can click this to the side and lay this like that, and that pen's staying there. Without the cord, I can put this in here, and this cord will hit the side, and the pen's going to stand straight up. I like to keep it straight up. But right now, I stand up against a little tiny microphone stand. And this is a heavy microphone. It's got to be right aiming at the one leg on this tripod stand. So I fill out all the paperwork before I get there. In the place, there were lots of people that are getting their cars. A lot of times, a lot of them for the first time. I had to go into the state license so they could change the doctors with the state. I had to go into my profile with the state, which I didn't know that. But anyway, I went in there and they unlocked it for me or changed it for me. They knew right buttons to press. I didn't have to fart around with that crap. So, say, okay, you go in the doors and the doctor will see you. I go in there, they have a small room, maybe 800 square foot, 2 or 3 tables, and he's in the corner, 2 of them in a corner, one at the end of the room. Doctor's at. And 2 more tables in the room where people are at where they're giving you swag bags. Then they have an adjoining room. There's a conference room. I think they had to divide it in 2, and that was just a wall where they had it open when I said adjoining room. So doctor said, okay. He said, he has his brochure open. He says, which strain do you use? He didn't ask why you're using it or anything. I don't even think he ever seen any of my paperwork. It's just all in the computer already. I know he didn't see no paperwork of mine, nothing of mine when I was in there. He didn't know my name. So they all, before you even see the doctor, your card's done. You go and sit down with the doctor for 1-2 minutes. He asks you what strain you like. Well, you say, oh, well, for insomnia, whatever. And he tells you what these strains can do, a couple strains can do. So which one do you like? I said, oh, I picked the hybrid. He said, oh, that's a good choice. He said, okay. He said, go over there and get your bag. He said, you're done. Can you imagine somebody that really, not sort of disagree? I mean, I appreciate it, but can you imagine somebody for the first time may actually want to talk to a doctor about it? I guess this doctor probably would have. And I did say to him, I said, what type of doctoring did you, what type of physician were you before? Sorry, the dog's trying to fight with me, get under my feet again. Um, so he said he is an internalist and he actually still works at a hospital. The hospital probably don't know about it. I don't care if it does or not. Maybe they do, maybe they don't. But he said this is the better medicine. They meant the marijuana. So I went on, got my bag, and I said, go to the next room. The vendors are over there. So I go over there. There's one vendor spends the most money here in Florida with politics trying to get stuff a recreational release. I mean, millions of dollars. And the stuff I think is cheap. And I'm a cheap ass. So they had Truly, it's called Truly or Trivia or something like that, pronounced. So they had a thing like $75 off first time customer. I'd never been in there. I've been to two other stores. And then, or maybe that's when you sign up for the points. I don't know. And then they had another coupon, 60% off your first time. The one was first time and one was like new customer. I don't know. But the one you didn't have to use the first time. I think the first time you need to use the 60% off of anything. Devices and products. Wouldn't mind having the Vapana, the Vapana Ace, Puffco Peak Pro 3D, and the switch to Dr. Dabber. They had none of them in stock. They said they got a small Peak Pro, I guess, but not the smaller Peak Pro, but not the 3D one. So they just probably had the cheaper one. The guy said they did see a couple Dr. Dabbers in there, but only maybe for a couple days, and they're gone. And this guy here was in charge of a couple of stores in my area. So I'm going to call the store and see if they can get a device or two in, and when they do, call me out. Because I'll get it for 60% off. I think that's a pretty good deal for me to try something top of the line, and then you'll know whether it's worth it between the ooze or not. Honestly, I don't. For me, I don't think there's going to be a $400 or $500 difference, or three minimum of $300 to $400 difference. I really don't. That's a big difference for that kind of money. So that's my take on it, but it'd be nice to try and find out. I wouldn't mind doing that e-nail stuff, trying that. That looks like it may be the best. Because it won't burn the flour, it won't torch the flour, it will heat it. That big Vana Ace or Vapana Ace, whatever it is. But anyway, I just want to let you know about this doctor and going over there and all the vendors. The next vendor I had was where I get it at nine, all but twice. It was called, what the hell was their name? I said 10 times today. Um, they call it Planet 13 now. Name's right off the tip of my tongue. Starts with a V. What was it? Vatican was their name before. But they have $13 eights. Like today, I didn't go today. I got plenty. This boy got plenty. Got $13 eights. Everything they got was $13. It wasn't just one strand. Do they have the strands or the name brand strand? They got lemon haze. I think they got grape ape now. Now there's, but they got some other dumb names that I guess aren't the normal names. I don't even know what the normal names are, but I don't look at the names. When I go shopping for shit, I look at the THC and the terps. I try and get the highest of both. If one's THC is 17% and the terps are, say they go up to, say all of them are between 2 and 4. I'm just throwing numbers out there. This may have no correlation with it. I don't know. I'll look for a THC of 25, 22, 23 with the high terps. The 17 one in the high terps, I'd let sit. I think I'd go for, well, maybe if they had high terps and there was no THC higher than that with good terps, then I'd probably go after the terps because the terps are supposed to give you the mind, and the THC is supposed to give the. I think that's how it works. Don't quote me on that. So I don't look at the strand, the brand. I usually try to go for a hybrid. I need to go for the indica more. I usually go for the hybrid or the sativa, but I need to try a couple and get a couple indicas. The last time I was there, I started looking for indicas and couldn't. They didn't have nothing. But I'll smoke this and this little bit keep me up for quite a while. Is still on? No. Sometimes after you have a couple hits off this, I mean, sure, turning the bastard on is what it is. They're all the same. I didn't try my keychain out. At my friend's birthdays this week, I got him a couple devices. I got him he lost his Blue Ooze 2 twist pen. I got him new one of them. I got him that key thing, like that vape shaped like a key thing to hide this, make it more discreet. I'm gonna get a pen that you put these in. I haven't gotten that yet. Wait until you see the news. I don't want to show it. I don't think he knows about this, but I don't want to show it. I don't think anybody knows about this. I hope not. And if you do know about it, don't say nothing. Because it is my enjoyment. Care less who sees it. If I knew somebody that knew me for sure, shit, I don't know anymore if I would how much different I'd act. Because I know I'd act different, maybe. Because I'm at the point now I just don't give a shit. I probably wouldn't. Most people that know me know me. A couple things they don't know about me, but very little. And I'm at the point now if they do know something about me, makes me look like crap or embarrasses me or pisses them off, there's a point I don't give a shit no more. Yeah, and that's the way I got to be. I'm getting stressed out hard about it. I don't know why. I don't give a shit, but I got to learn not to give a shit without getting stressed. This is F4 and it's hard for me to get out. Where it just seems like I'm not getting nothing. And I haven't smoked in a couple of days, and before I went for my walk, I started hitting up my pen. I'm in the parking lot of this mall, hitting up my pen, the vape. I'm like, I would like to feel something because that's at the point I could hit it and just maybe feel a little bit and help me with my walk. So I'm like hitting it, hitting it nonstop, about 10 minutes. A lot more than what I just did. I'm like, where is it? I don't feel anything. And then all of a sudden, after a couple more minutes, I started feeling it. I thought, wow, but okay, if I can feel it, I better stop. I, I had to stay out in the car. The only reason I got out of the car, going to the mall when I did, two things. I was almost out of gas when I got there, but I didn't get gas. And I'm ready to elbow my puppy. Go lay down. Go. So damn bossy trying to tell me to go to bed. Uh, um, now you made me forget what I was thinking. See that? And the doctor sent me to a neurologist about my forgetfulness. That almost makes me want to cry. It is what it is. I realize that I have nobody that really cares about me. My nephew that I thought was scheduled for him to get the house. I don't think he is no more. I think he changed numbers or something and never told me because I called his number the other day, went straight to voicemail, or he got me blocked. Called his number today, went straight to voicemail. But today I left him a message. I said, I don't know if you got another number, thinking that he got another number out of his second line to his phone and not answering this one and never told me the new number. But he was in line to get this house. And he knew it to get everything. Not more. Probably going to give it to my asshole neighbor that has empathy. Because he's the only one that I know that he won't do nothing for me. I know that. But he's the only one that has empathy out of the three, four people I talk to. With my friend that I really would like to give to, if I couldn't take care of myself at the house of going to my friend, they'd rather throw my ass in a nursing home or marry me to get the house where the state won't take it for me going to nursing home. But they wouldn't help me stay here. The only one that would be my asshole friend. That he would help a little bit, but not. He wouldn't be wiping my ass maybe once or twice, but that's about it. But that's more than anybody else I know would do. I was just hoping my friend would be nice and do things. Friend comes over and just sits there. I gotta wait on, here. Wants me to get a drink, wants me to do everything. Won't even get up, make anything to eat. Wants me to make him something to eat all the time. Now he should get up and make something for me to eat. 20, 21, 22. In good shape. Breaks my heart. I've been waiting for him and waiting for him and waiting for him. I got to do paperwork for this house. I got to change it around. I was pretty sick the past 2 days. What was I saying about going in that other room and the deals and Planet 13? They were there, and the Terps and the THC. Trying to get them both high. And I was telling another dispenser or two that, hey, I called your place or we looked online already at your place to see what you had. I couldn't find the Terps. He said, oh, they're in the COA or whatever that certificate's called. I said, I don't want to, for every strain I'm looking at, I don't want to be having to take time out to look at some certificate and find it on the certificate and see what it is. It'd take me an hour to go through your strains and look. He says, no, we have it there. I said, show me. I don't know what your app looks like. I said, those people have it there where I get it at. Yeah, but we have better stuff than that. I said, but they have I'm not causing no fuss because when I asked what the Terps are and people got to look it up, each one, and I keep going back and forth until I can figure out which one has the highest, they get upset. And I don't blame them. Just put your Terps right there in front so everybody can see. Why hide the Terps? It makes it easier for everybody. For fuck's sake. But hey, they're gonna give me 60% off. This is why I have so much stuff yet. I stock up. And they're going to give it off the devices. I'm going to need a lot of money. Because 2 devices, I'll probably spend at 60% off. I'll probably spend, if they can get the three of them in I want, that'd be 4, 8, 12, that's 500. I'd probably spend $600 to $800 in there. At least. Because the devices will be, one's 5, The ones, I'm gonna say four. It's probably 450, I think. And another one's gonna be around four. Four. We'll call that $1,200. That's six. Yeah, that's $600 right there. Probably around 900 or more if they have some pipes and accessories. I get that Vapana Ace banger heater. Get the Puffco 2 3D XL or whatever. And this is the first one I would get, even if they only had just one. I think this is the cheapest one. I get the Switch 2. That'd be the first one I got. Whether it was cheapest or most expensive, I won't care. It's that easy cleaning. Remember that ooze? It took me 40 minutes to clean. I forget exactly which one, but I won't touch it again. I may, but I'm not going to be happy about it. And when you buy that replacement atomizer, that damn bad, it takes it 40 minutes to clean it out. That's crazy. That's some crazy shit right there. Okay, this is empty. So anyway, there's my story. There's a story about renewing the cards and then seeing renewing or getting a card, and then they have these deals right away. Even the first time I got my card, every time you go to renew them, they'll have coupons there. But the first time you get the cards, save up your money because you don't have to get it right away. The same day you get when you're at the first physical or the first doctor's appointment, you get your card right away the same day. It'll be in paper until they send it to you. And this is how it is in Florida. But you can take that paper and go right next. Usually there's a dispensary right next door, very close to it. And I think these doctors are owning the dispensaries. Um, you can take that paper right next door and get what you want. But when you at the doctor's office, they'll give you there'll be all kinds of coupons in their office for all these places. 50% off new customers. Most of them don't include devices though. So you save your money, so you have plenty of money. Use your 50% off coupon and buy three, four, $500 worth of shit. Get them little packets from Amazon I showed you in the video. The moisture to keep the flour at the right temperature and put them in little glass mason jars. Hell, you can keep them in there for 6, 8 months or longer. Just don't open up the lid. And other stuff you keep in the fridge. And these vapes, I don't think it matters where you keep them. But the dab, the sugar and stuff you keep in the fridge, and then before you use it, you just take it out for 20, 30 minutes so it don't get moisture and start getting mold. But even if you can only save up, because you're going to need $200 for the doctor. But even if you can only save up extra $150, $200, that's still going to get you quite a bit of stuff here in Florida anyway. I don't know what your cost is where you're at. And then you can get cheap little devices like the ooze, like I've been getting here and there. fact, I got my little vape pen with Vatican's name on it, Spencer's name on it, where I got the vape. And then I bought, that's what I was using. And then I bought the ooze, it was like $5. And then I bought the ooze pen. And that was very hard to turn. They warranted it out, and I got the other one. And I bought one, and I bought a bunch of other ooze stuff. So yeah, if you never had your car before, save up money more than just a doctor's office visit, because you know you're going to want to get some right away. And that's all I did. I got a bunch of stuff there. It lasted me a long time, a little while. I went back to them. They had pretty good prices. I was happy. Then I seen another store offer me. It was around the holidays. Then getting around the holidays, they offered something. And I messed up though because I wanted to try that place, but they were giving the holiday discount out as the same like new first time customer. So that's what sucks about doing it at the holiday time, going to different places. Because the place I was at wasn't really doing much for the holidays. And that Planet 13 got them. I just don't care for that. Oh, if you ever heard of the Flowery, I heard from one of their employees today that they think in Miami they charge $5,000 to go to take a tour through the Flowery. From one of the dispensary people that work there. That's crazy. And their flowers are very expensive, but people are saying it's worth it. They gave me a coupon. I gotta sign up, and I don't like putting all these apps and shit in my phone. So I got a tablet or two laying around I do nothing with. I'm just gonna put these apps in the tablet, put it to my phone through a VPN. I guess I probably wouldn't need a VPN. Maybe I would. I don't know. Maybe I won't do the VPN. Put it to my phone, the tablet. Use my phone as a hotspot. So when I go in somewhere that needs an app or one app, keep it on the tablet and then turn the damn thing off right away. Because when they do that, you're the product. They're learning where you go, everything about you. Just like Facebook, they ain't giving you that shit. They're learning from you. And Gmail, they've been learning from you, reading the emails, everything. Listening to phone calls. They ain't giving you that shit. When you think building is AI, your brains and mine. Well, I don't have no brains, but it sounded like I heard a car door or something. I better not have heard a car door. Somebody tried breaking in here about 2 years ago, right after my last puppy died, passed away. Oh, in between the two puppies. So yeah, it was longer than that. Probably 4 years ago now. Um, Tried breaking in twice. They cut my tires. I was home both times, so I don't know if they knew I was home or what, but I think it had something to do with possibly the person across the street that used to be across the street. But I could be 100% wrong. I'm not sure. Because I had a water softener stolen once and come from a couple people from across the street. They were the only ones that knew about it. One, two, three houses. And they're all related or very good friends somehow. My Amazon sales suck today. Oh, hey dudes or gals. Walmart Plus. I don't know if you ever heard of that. I don't know how old you are, but anyway, it's what, $120 a year? And I live out in bumfuck Egypt. 20, 30 minutes for me to go down. When I got sick, I didn't go anywhere for almost 2 weeks. Today was the first day I really went out. So I've been having Walmart come. And then I had that episode where I got stressed out and canceled. I wanted some Gatorade and some Pedialyte to get some. I hadn't been really eating, so get some nutrients in me. So I joined Walmart Plus again, and I had them for $40 a year and dropped them, and now I joined them again. I dropped them for $40 a year, and I had a half a year to go on it, or 4 months, or something like that. But I found a way. I got them for less than $60 a year, new membership. As long as you're 18 plus, you can join AARP and buy Walmart Plus membership through AARP. AARP's website's a mess. Good luck, and make sure they don't auto charge you for the following year, because that's hard to find too. For me, when I found the Walmart Plus, I had to go to their search and type in Walmart, and it was one of the links from the search links, the Walmart Plus membership. I think it's $58 for the year. So say I live 25 miles one way. It's around close to accurate. From the store, it'd be 50 miles. 15 miles a gallon, 15, 30, 45. So 4 gallons of gas. Chance of wear and tear. Chance of getting in an accident or the way my mind's going, forgetting where I'm going or forgetting where I live. Um, what else? So they come to you once a month. You're still saving a lot of time. Just don't get stressed out. If something goes wrong, don't get stressed out because you're gonna have to talk to somebody. Well, I almost said Filipino, but they're not Filipinos no more. Walmart they found a cheaper country. Um, Magnolia or something like that. Magnolia. Oh, you should have seen what I seen on YouTube today while I was waiting. And the only reason I went in the mall when I did was I had to pee. So I sat out in the car for a good hour after I did that raid, chilled out, watching YouTube, and almost running out of gas. I think my tank said like, last I seen the needle said like 13 to 12 miles left. don't know how accurate that is, but I don't like ever getting into that oil. I'm sitting there with the air conditioning running. I don't know how much longer I did. I know when I went back out, my thing was way below empty. So I watched him bust one of these scammers on YouTube. I don't know when this happened, 3, 4 months ago, 6 months ago. A bank teller caught the old lady going in there to get money out because someone called, because supposedly her grandson called and got in an accident and needed $10,000. But it wasn't the grandson, it was a scammer. And these scammers were good. So the first video showed them getting arrested, male and female. I don't know if they're together yet, if they were, one was watching the other one in this scam or what. But these people were good. I mean, professionals like you would never believe. I'll put a link down to it. First, I'm going to put a link to where you can see where I had to sit down all the time for my walking video. Then I'll put a link to this here. So the first videos showing them getting busted. I guess the cop put video cameras up all around the parking lot. They knew where the drop-off meetup point was. Um, so they take them to the police station, and that's and then I'm sitting there, and all of a sudden the second part comes off. I didn't even realize the first part there was going to be a second part. I was so happy. I watched this. Second part is like 2.5 hours long, and I watched like 40 minutes into it, and then I had to go pee really bad. But I'm not one to praise cops, but I'll tell you what, this was a matter of IQs. And the only reason the cop was winning is because this person was not born in the United States. The cop would tell him stuff like, the FBI is really interested in this. And he goes, I don't know if you know what the FBI is, but that's our federal. You have local, state, and federal. He said, this here you're going to be dealing with is local and state. He said, and then depending what you tell me, the federal, and that's when you'll do prison. He said, right now, he said, it's conspiracy to commit fraud. Right now, we'll take you in front of the judge for conspiracy to commit fraud, and you can go. He said, the judge, you'll probably go the next morning. You'll probably leave the next morning. And the judge will just tell you to come back on a certain date. And if you don't, he'll put a warrant for your arrest. Other than that, you know, cop ain't telling him that that he can go with the FBI to prison, federal prison. Cop ain't telling him that. He just saying, we're going to charge you with this, and the judge will, you'll be able to go. You'll be able to go the next day. And the guy's thinking he's going to go home. So the cop and this guy's just playing these games back and forth. This guy from this other country, I guess India or whatever, Indian, he is very extremely intelligent. He's saying, "Oh no, I go to school. I go to school here. I have my visa." He's telling the cop this. He said, "I couldn't make no money, and then girlfriend come over. She got pregnant. We had a kid, got married, and I can no longer support her." And one of my friends said, "Hey, I tell my friend about me struggling, and he said, 'Hey, you want to make some money?'" for easy money? And he said, just go do this. And cop said, yeah, but you had to know you were doing something wrong. The guy said, no, no. He said, I started thinking about it. He's trying to play dumb. I started thinking about it because he said he would meet these people at the airport and they'd drive by and he'd just throw the money in the car and then he'd get this envelope with cash in the mail or on his door. And he's saying he didn't know what it was that he was doing. And of course, his wife or whoever she was is, I didn't see the interrogation of her yet. Is saying she knew nothing about it. So, but yet she had the key for the glove compartment where all the money was. And this one here, they were getting 10,000 from, and they had 40,000 in the glove compartment. So they had 4 victims that day. Yeah. So that's what I believe, that the guy was in on it. He was the brains behind it, or very close to the top. Or either they pull the scam so much over there in India that they have it perfected by the time they come over here and do the scam. And how they find these people, they look on social media for like grandson and granddaughter communication, like happy birthday and all this stuff. They friend older people, and that's how they do it. Find their victims. I mean, it's like a match of the IQ, but when you think about it, the cop knows the law. That guy didn't. The cop was taking advantage of that, and he needed every advantage that he could have, because for a moment there, I thought it was tit for tat with the IQ, but somewhat was, but it wasn't. Or at least not yet. Not until, I'm still watching it. But anyway, y'all have a good one. At least this ain't no 2-hour tour like the other night. Oh, remember, all day keeps the doctor away.